What's up, everyone? Saintsfan back again with another GTA Online Nightclub DLC Q&A. Today, we got some more questions, some different questions from you guys over on Twitter. The first one from John. Do you think that everything is going to be super expensive in this DLC due to everything Rockstar are doing? 2x cash on businesses, guest list rewards, discounts on vehicles, such as the Mule Custom, which is not out. Or do you think that this is them just trying something different? It is very odd. These guys, Rockstar, just think about this. They're putting a 40% discount on a vehicle that hasn't even come out, and when it does release, like the first or second week, it's going to be 40% off. That is crazy to me. Rockstar normally wait months before putting major discounts on new vehicles. So for something like the Mule Custom, I kind of think it's going to be a crazy expensive vehicle. Now, obviously, it has to be worth that. Like, it can't just be a custom mule. Like, it's got to have some unique features, like the MOC or like the Avenger or something along those lines. But, yeah, I could see them charging a lot for a bunch of the vehicles in this DLC if they do plan on giving some major discounts fairly soon after they come out. They are promoting this guest list really hard, so I think the whole guest list thing is them trying something new, and maybe what they're doing is trying something new with having the prices really expensive, but then discounting them to the guest list people, and that might make people say, all right, they're giving us some discounts, so I'm not going to be as upset. Like, let's just say the Mule Custom's $5 million. Well, 40% off, that's only like, what, 2 point something million? And if you buy it at that, you're like, all right, that's not too bad. Where if you didn't have the option, you only had to buy it at 5 million, then you're like, oh my God, this is horrible, Rockstar, what are you doing? So I think they are trying something, but they are also trying that to make everything more expensive. And then, like you mentioned, they've given us multiple, like, months. The last 2 months have basically just been just giant double money event weeks. So everyone should have a ton of money, and I'm thinking they're expecting everyone to have a ton of money. Now, as far as, like, nightclubs and how much those things will be priced, I still am with what I said last week and 2 weeks ago. I don't think they're going to be super, super expensive. I think they're going to be along the lines of bunkers and facilities around the maybe 1.5 to 3, maybe pushing close to $4 million, but that's pretty standard. I think really where they're going to get you is with all of these vehicles. Dylan, are the new custom versions of the MTL, etc. already in the game, or do we need an update? Because if so, we might get the DLC next week, right? Well, the DLC, like I've stated a couple days ago, is looking like it's coming out on the 17th of July. And the reason we say that is because the leaked info from Rockstar, they're doing all these discounts, and obviously those vehicles need to be released for them to do the discounts. And that answers sort of your first question. The new vehicles, they're not in the game. The custom versions are not. We're going to need an update. We're going to need a Nightclub update to get those versions. So that's why we're all expecting the DLC to come next Tuesday. Jacob, how many cars do you think we're going to get? Now, if we look at the drip feed, the weeks between when this DLC comes out and October 28th, the day that Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out, assuming this DLC releases on the 17th, and there's no drip feed the following week on the 24th, because they give the DLC, let's say, 2 weeks to breathe before they start releasing drip feeding vehicles. So if the drip feed starts on the 31st of July, then that's 1 week. Then we go into August and we have 4 Tuesdays. So that's now 5 total weeks of drip feeding. Then that takes us into September. In September, we also have 4 weeks of 4 Tuesdays, which is another 4 weeks of drip feeding. So that's 9 total weeks. Then we get into October, and on October we have the 2nd, the 9th, and then maybe the 16th, which is another 2 to 3 weeks. So total about 12, maybe 13 weeks of drip feeding vehicles. And if they just do one drip feeding vehicle per week, obviously that's only 12 vehicles. But I think what they have shown with the last DLC, the last drip feed, is that they want to do more than one per week. They want to do at least 2, sometimes 3. And if they do that, then we could be getting 20 plus vehicles for the drip feed. And that still doesn't include the vehicles that are coming that are going to be released on the day of the DLC. So assuming, let's just say 20 for the drip feed and then 10 to 12 for the release day, that's like 30 something ish vehicles. And I think that's a pretty good amount. We already have confirmation of about 8 or 7 of them. So going off of that, obviously, you know, there's going to be a decent amount of vehicles in this update. Loop-de-loops, I'm confused. Where are the likely locations for the nightclubs? I have only found one. Maybe I'll do a separate video because there are some interesting locations, not the ones that are already in the game, that could be potential nightclub locations, but they haven't said anything. All we somewhat have gotten is the little teaser trailer, and you can somewhat see like the interior of the nightclubs, and some of them do look like warehouses, so they could just be scattered around the map. Some of them look like regular clubs, so that's another thing to think about, but we don't know at the moment. That boy, do you think the Night Ride FM radio station will finally be added as a radio station because it was planned to be released at launch? I hope so. I wish there was some new music. I know I've told you guys this a lot of times. I don't really ever listen to the music because of copyright stuff, and I can't record that. But the few times I have listened to the music, it is good. But I'm sure if you've been listening to it for, what, 4, 5 years now, you're tired of it. So you want some new stuff, and I hope they do add that. It looks like they might add some new music, whether that's going to be in the Night Ride FM radio station or some new radio station. I don't know, but I would totally like to see that because I love synthwave music, so I would definitely like to see that, man. Then we have Faison. Do you think we'll be able to dance in the Bahama Mamas if it's open or just in the nightclub we have to buy? I would imagine it would be like the strip club where you go in there and you have some options. So you probably could dance, or maybe you could get some drinks. Maybe you could just sit around. I don't know what other sort of mini games they could add inside of the Bahama Mamas club, but that's what I'm guessing if they do end up opening it. It wouldn't make sense that they open it and then they don't give you anything to do inside. Then we have Low Marine. Do you think that the addition of the new nightclubs DLC will be enough to attract new players or those who have stopped playing? That's an interesting and sort of thought-provoking question. And look, the answer is I don't know. It really depends on how Rockstar have this DLC thought out and like how the gameplay is going to be and all that. It seems like the majority of this DLC is for players who have been playing for a while and have all these businesses, because obviously the consolidation part. But then again, it's like nightclubs. That's something that people love in GTA. So maybe you will get some new players, and maybe you'll get a different type of player because they're like, oh, okay, this is a legitimate business. I don't need to do these illegal jobs to make money. So it's possible. But again, it all comes down to gameplay and vehicles, and if they're good. Obviously, the Doomsday Heist was incredible, and a ton of people came back and played that. So if this DLC is somewhat similar in that regards into how good everything runs and how smooth everything is, then I think we'll be good. And then the final question from Tyler: will the nightclub update change the Mile High Club into a completed building, considering it's been under construction for nearly half a decade? Well, I will say we do know GTA Online, the timeline is now in 2017 or 2018. So in the GTA Online world, it's been 4-ish years as well. I would like to see that. I doubt it would be, but it would be cool if they finished this, like they updated the map, they finished it, and then this was the tallest building in the game, even taller than the Maze Bank. And then you could go up there in the club. Maybe it's one of those clubs that's open to everyone, like the Bahama Mamas should be. Like you go to the bottom, there's like an elevator or something. You get into it and you go up to the top. And then there's this massive club with all the windows open. So you get a freaking awesome view of the city. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. But will it be done? I don't know. Rockstar going to have to get working on that. But anyway, let me know in the comment section what you guys think of everything. Thank you all for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for awesome GTA content. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.